नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Sri Mahants, Kotaris, Tanedars, sitting with us all over the world through Nityananda TV, Sadhana TV, and through two-way video conferencing, having Nayanadiksha all over the world, cities sitting with us through two-way video conferencing, having Nayanadiksha, Phoenix, Kanchipuram, Toronto, Kailasam, San Jose, Madurai, Ohio, Prague, Enriching Temple, Biddi, St. Louis, Tirumala, Hong Kong, Sirgari, Warrington, UK, Kuala Lumpur, Palani, Dakota Dunes, Singapore, Singapuram, Nityananda University, Los Angeles, Seattle, Chidambaram, Houston, Kalahasti, Sugarland, Texas, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Amersfoort, Netherlands, Los Angeles, Hollywood, Kulim, Tiruttani, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Morris Plains, New Jersey. I welcome Hyderabad, Gupta Kashi. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today the Vinayaka Chaturthi, the Ganesha Chaturthi, Brahmotsava, 7th day. Ha Ganapati is gracing all of us on the peacock vehicle, Swarana Mayura Vahana, golden peacock Vahana. Some more cities are joining. Sugarland, Texas, Houston, Kalahasti, Kulim, Tiruttani, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Nityananda University, Los Angeles, Morris Plains, New Jersey. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today, we are inaugurating 28th Inner Awakening and 25th Ingenious. I welcome all the participants of Inner Awakening and Ingenious with my love and respects. I'll expand in today's satsang, I'll expand on listening and completion. How many times I speak on this great subject, listening. How many ever times I speak, I feel I have something more to convey. I have something more to convey. I have something more to convey. So today I'll try to expand on this great subject, completion. Please listen. By your very nature, your consciousness, your existence is immortal. It can't get destroyed. It can't lose any of its glory. It can't lose any of its attributes, powers. It can neither be damaged nor be destroyed, even if you carry the desperate fear, anxiety, anger. Even your desperation cannot make your consciousness lose its glory, its existence, its immortality. But unfortunately, when you start believing that you are a mortal, you can be disturbed, you can be damaged, you can be harassed, you can be abused, you can be killed. You can lose some of your original qualities physically or psychologically. When this belief settles in your system, that survival instinct, the instinct to protect yourself, which becomes the basic root cognition of you, the survival instinct which is awakened in you, please listen, that is the first aggression in your system. Primary aggression. Primary aggression goes on speaking, never listens. It goes on acts, never receives. The primary aggression, you have to do something to save yourself, protect yourself. Oh God. That's the biggest joke, tamasha. A frightened child thinks he need to protect the whole world which cannot be destroyed. In this whole situation, only one can be destroyed, that is that frightened child. But the child is so intelligent. He does not say he is waging the war to protect himself. He says he is waging the war to protect the whole world, which is not going to be destroyed. He doesn't want to believe. Please listen. A frightened child, he wants to protect himself, but if he says openly he wants to protect himself, that looks too cheap, too selfish. So he wants to be very good for the onlookers. He says, no, I am waging the war to protect the whole world. It's foolish. World is not going to be destroyed. Only you are going to be destroyed. Listen, same way, your consciousness, you are immortal. But your agitated, desperate mind, goes on telling you and everyone, it is fighting continuously to save your consciousness, to save you, to protect you. In you, only one thing can be killed. That is your desperation, your desperate mind, your agitation, and your aggression. Other than that, nothing needs to be killed, nothing can be killed. Nothing needs to be killed, nothing can be killed. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा पवितावान भूयः अजो नित्य शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. It's not born, nor does it die. It is not that having been non-existent, it comes into existence. It is unborn, eternal, ancient, and everlasting. Though associated with body, it does not get killed even when the body is killed. Second chapter, 20th verse in Bhagavad Gita. Please understand, I am quoting Bhagavad Gita not because these lines are just Krishna's experience, but because these lines are my own experience too. I am not trying to hide myself behind Krishna's authority. I am declaring these words are true. Reason 1, Krishna said it. Reason 2, my experience. Understand, it is not only Krishna's authority, my own authenticity, both stands for these words truth. Both stands to prove these verses are true. Listen. The desperation, the idea you need to defend something, protect something, that aggression. Because of that aggression, in your inner space, you go on be acting. Please understand, aggression in your inner space is you talking to you. Receptivity in your inner space is you listening to you. I can just define two of the major principles in one line. Please listen. You talking to you is always incompletion. You listening to you is always completion. That's all. You talking to you means, are you associating yourself with the dimension which is talking to you, or the dimension which is listening to you? As on now, both actions are happening. Your inner space is like a Mahabharata war field. That is why listen, listen. Duryodhanas all the time shouting, aggressive. Pandavas always ready to listen. Both are there in you. Whenever you associate yourself with Duryodhana's aggression, talking to you, you will be in the space of incompletion. Whenever you associate yourself, the listening component of you, listening, you get into the space of completion. And whenever you are in the space of completion, the consciousness in you stops the aggressive guys talking and he relates with you. That is why Krishna, whenever he wants to talk, he stops the whole war and time. Whether he wants to talk to Arjuna, he wants to talk to Bhishma, he wants to talk to Drona, he wants to talk to Karna, he stops the time and the war. The aggression cannot be talking while the listening is intensely listening. Listen. Whenever you associate yourself with the listening, don't ever have the fear. The aggression part is going to be speaking to you and you are going to be listening to it. No. Whenever you get into the space of listening, the Lord will speak to you. Bhagavan will speak to you. Mahadeva speaks to you. The Advaita Satya, the truth of Advaita speaks to you. It seems yesterday one of our Gurukul kid asked his mother, Mom, tell me what is Advaita Satya? I wanted to answer that kid. His name is Jnana Prakasha. The very name is Jnana Prakasa. Listen, understanding what you experience as you is the same stuff experienced as them by everything that exists is Advaita Satya. What you experience as you in the deepest corner of you when you are listening to you, not when you are talking to you, but when you are listening to you, what you feel as you. Remove the patterns, remove the thought patterns, remove the root patterns. All this is your aggression towards you. Thought pattern is a speaker, root pattern is the mic. If you remove all that, in your pure listening, what you experience as you, that same only is experienced as them by every being existing is Advaita Satya. Even your worst enemy, whom you don't like, whom you can't stand, even he experiences the same stuff as you. So all your fight is your own one hand fighting with your own other hand. Your own one part is fighting with your own other part. All wars you are waging. It's only one part of you waging with other part. Same way, all desire you have is your own one part having desire towards another part. It's like your own one hand feels so attached to your chin and you are wiping it. That is all attachment. Your fight, your own one hand hates that part of chin and punching it. But the pain and the pained is one and the same. Desire and the desired is one and the same. The person who desires desire itself, and the object which is desired is one and the same. Understand? In the pure listening, what you experience as you is the same stuff every being in the whole universe experiences its as itself is Advaita Satya. Jnana Prakasa, you understood? Listen. I know the kid can understand. All of you understand. Your aggression, agitation, that is responsible for the other person's aggression or agitation. If you master your eyes never to overflow, means tears not to come out, you can master and keep the ocean without overflowing. Please listen. If you can master your eyes never to overflow, you can master the ocean and control it never to overflow. It means the energy which makes your eyes overflow, the energy which makes the ocean overflow, both are one and the same. Both are one and the same. Listen. 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 Inside you, whenever you associate yourself to the listening part of you and sit with yourself and listen, listen, listen to you, you enter into more and more and more completion. Especially when you sit with water bodies and try to listen to yourself, you will have that deep listening to yourself. Deep listening to yourself. Listen. The pure listening to yourself leads you to more and more and more completion. In Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we have one of the very powerful method called Ajapa Japa. You listening to you chanting. In Ajapa Japa, the aggressive repetition of the name is not given that awareness, attention, energy, support. But the pure listening, you just listening. Actually, when you deeply listen to you, the sound which happens, that is the Ishta mantra for you. Sometimes it can be Shiv, 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 or Soham, Hum, Sam, Hum, Sam. Whatever you listen is your Ishta mantra. In Ajapa Japa, the chanting or repetition, the aggressive action is not emphasized, but the passive listening was emphasized. The passive listening, please understand, The passive listening leads you to complete completion. I should tell you, the passive listening is the most powerful completion. The passive listening is the most powerful completion. Keep this as the basic rule, the law of life. Whenever your energy is put towards talking to you, whenever your energy is put towards talking to you, you are getting into more and more incompletion. How much ever you talk to you, you will be entering into more and more incompletion. But the more and more you listen to you, you will enter into more and more completion. Completion process is not talking to you, but listening to you. Same way, even with others, the more and more you listen, the more and more you put everyone into the space of completion. The more and more you talk, the more and more you put everyone into the space of incompletion. From completion, if somebody talks, they put you in the space of completion. That is only master. He articulates completion. He speaks out of completion so that you can understand completion. Completion teaches about itself to you so that you can achieve completion. That is what is satsang. Completion introducing itself to you and making you achieve completion is satsang. Other than satsang, any talk is aggression, leads to incompletion. Any listening is reception, leads to completion. Listen, listen, listen. The more and more you listen, more and more you reach the space of completion. The more and more you enter into the space of completion, the more and more you are established in the space of Advaita. Even if you show good qualities like a non-violence, because of self-doubt, it cannot be considered as dharma. I am not saying be violent. All I am trying to tell you is be non-violent from the right context. Only then it is dharma. Everything has to be done from the right context. Right context. Listen. Right context. Everything has to be done from the right context. You should be non-violent from the understanding what you feel as you is the same they feel as them about them. Not because you have doubt about yourself, so you allow them to attack you. You withdraw. Withdrawal because of self-doubt is not dharma. That is what Arjuna was trying to do. Even though he was trying to hide his self-doubt, his shivering, the description shows he has entered into self-doubt. Shivering, frightened. He did not even have the power and strength to hold the Gandiva, the bow. But he says, no, no, no. What is the use of killing all of them? Even if I get kingdom by killing all of them, why should I do? No. He may be uttering those words, but already the self-doubt is making him shiver. Will he be able to kill them? Understand? Arjuna withdrawing due to self-doubt can never be dharma. If he withdraws from the context, me and them are the same energy, then why should I need to kill them? Let them rule the kingdom. What is the problem? With that, from that Advaitic context, if he has withdrawn, it is jnana. Listen, I am defining. What I feel as me in the pure listening is what is they also, but unfortunately they are not listening to that part of them. So let them be made to listen that part of them, which is me, which is both the pure consciousness, that is vijnana. Understand? Yes. What I experience as me is what is they also. But unfortunately, they are so aggressive that they are not listening to their own pure consciousness. So let them understand. Let them listen to their consciousness. Gita clearly describes Gantivam Shramsate Hastat Tvakchaiva Paridahyate Nacha Shaknomi Avastatum Brahmativa Chame Manaha. My bow Gandiva is slipping from my hands and my skin is burning all over. My mind is whirling as it were, and I am now unable to stand here any longer. It's a direct symptom of desperate depression. Desperation plus depression put together. The diagnosis is directly desperation and depression put together. The symptoms. So withdrawal at this mood is adharma, not dharma. Listen, listen, listen to the essence of what I am trying to convey to you now. Whatever you may speak to yourself, whenever the aggression part of you is speaking, it is incompletion and leading you more and more incompletion, leading you to more and more incompletion. And whenever you are listening, that listening, whenever you are listening, that listening is completion and leads you to more and more completion. Move towards completion more and more by listening to you. Today is the first day of the inner awakening. So the first session is all about listening. That is why I gave an introduction about listening. Of course, this introduction is for the whole world. Listen, listen, listen. More listening, more completion. More listening, more completion. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನಪೀಠಂ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಗರ್, ಆಫ್ ಮೈಸೂರು ರೋಡ್, ಬಿಡದಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. ಫೋನ್ 08027279999, www.nityananda.org, www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.